Can you imagine this? A Chinese farmer who had never left his tiny rural village suddenly wakes up over 1,100 kilometers away in a city he's never seen before. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. And each time there were telegrams, official records, even military involvement. Did he possess some mysterious ability? Or was he part of something far beyond our understanding? Hey everyone, welcome to A Different Story, the channel that brings you the most fascinating, mysterious, and heart-touching real stories from around the world. Today, we're diving into one of China's most baffling UFO cases, the Huang Yanqiu teleportation incident. This isn't folklore, it isn't a campfire tale. It was officially investigated, documented, and to this day remains unsolved. Stick around till the end, where I'll reveal the latest findings in the investigation. Huang Yanqiu was born in 1957 in a small village near Handan, in China's Hebei province. He didn't finish elementary school. He never dreamed of leaving his village. His whole life was planned around being a regular farmer. In 1977, he had just turned 20. His family had even arranged his marriage. But in that ordinary year, something happened that would change his life, and possibly change what we think we know about reality. The first teleportation. On the night of July 27, 1977, Huang had dinner, took a bath, and went to sleep. The next morning, he was gone. His family assumed he had gone to the fields early, but he wasn't there. They searched the entire village, the cliffs, and the riverbanks, thinking maybe something terrible had happened. 10 days later, a telegram arrived. It read, "Please send someone from Xinzai village to retrieve Huang Yanqiu from the Shanghai shelter." But Huang was from Beigao village, a neighboring place. The error in the address delayed the message by a week. Here's the shocking part. The telegram was dated 9 a.m. on July 28th. That means Huang went to sleep in his village on the 27th and was found over 1,100 kilometers away in Shanghai the very next morning. That's about the distance from New York to Chicago. In 1977, there were no high-speed trains. Flights were a luxury few villagers could even dream of. Even taking a normal train from Handan to Shanghai required a 45-kilometer walk, then multiple train transfers over 2 full days. Huang had no money, documents, no luggage, not even clothes. And more importantly, China's hukou system, the household registration law, forbade rural residents from entering big cities without special permission in 1977. So how did he get there? And who helped him? Huang's first account. His family, along with the only village woman who had ever been to Shanghai, immediately traveled to find him. She contacted her cousin, a military officer in Shanghai, and he met them at the station. When they finally saw Huang at the shelter, he dropped to his knees and cried. He said he went to sleep and suddenly felt hot and dizzy. When he opened his eyes, he was lying under a tree in a bustling city. A street sign read Nanjing, and he realized he was no longer home. 2 men in white clothing appeared and told him they were police. They bought him a ticket to Shanghai and instructed him to board alone. When the train arrived, those same men were at the platform, waiting. They took him to the shelter and vanished. The whole process seemed like everything was carefully planned, and he was just being led along. Everyone found it unbelievable, but thinking Huang Yanqiu might be too shocked and confused to speak clearly, they decided to take him back home first. Second teleportation. Soon after Huang Yanqiu got back, the local government began investigating this strange case. But then it happened again. On September 8th, during a village-wide meeting, dozens saw Huang present. That evening, he returned home. The next morning, gone. This time, he left a message on his wall. "Gao Denmin, Gao Yanjin, don't worry." No one knew who those people were. Even stranger, neighbors claimed they saw a UFO hovering that night. Military mystery. Once again, Huang appeared in Shanghai. According to Huang Yanqiu's later recollection, when he woke up, he was surprised to see the same two policemen who had helped him before, but this time they were wearing military uniforms. They told him they were taking him to see the soldier cousin who had picked him up before, so he could escort Huang back home. But something strange happened on the way. From the train station to the military compound, the two men helped him buy tickets but never actually boarded the trains or boats. Yet somehow, every time Huang got off, they were already there waiting for him. Even more bizarre, no one stopped them at the entrance to the army base. It was as if the guards couldn't see them at all. Inside the compound, Huang saw soldiers doing morning drills, but not a single person questioned the presence of the three of them. Who were these men? Why did everyone seem to ignore them? This time, the strange incident had alarmed the military, and they began an investigation of their own. The third incident. The mystery unravels. Just 10 days later, on September 20th, Huang disappeared for a third time. He later said he woke up in Lanzhou, over 1,400 kilometers away, in a restaurant. Sitting across from him were the two same men. This time, they didn't hide anything. They told him, "We brought you here. We want to show you the world." Over the next 9 days, they traveled. Lanzhou to Beijing, to Tianjin, to Harbin, to Chongqing, to Shenyang, to Fuzhou, to Nanjing, to Xi'an, then back to Lanzhou. Over 8,600 kilometers in total. Huang said they flew between cities. They carried him, and the feeling was like space being compressed. Each trip, no matter how far, took about an hour. On September 28th, Huang woke up again under a tree in his own backyard, as if nothing had happened. Since then, Huang Yanqiu never experienced teleportation again. Aftermath. Investigation. Over the years, Huang was interviewed by news outlets, researchers, and even the military. Many dismissed him as mentally unstable. His fiancée left him. Villagers distanced themselves. But official investigations confirmed the telegrams were real, his polygraph tests passed, and multiple eyewitnesses supported his story. Yet the government never released a final explanation. So who were those two mysterious men? Huang said their names were Gao Denman and Gao Yanzhen. They could fly, spoke many languages, changed clothes daily, but never carried bags or belongings. Years later, with help from CGI, investigators even created composite sketches. But no one ever found them. Given the abundance of supporting evidence, it's clear that Huang Yanqiu did experience some form of teleportation, or at the very least, he traveled using a method far beyond the transportation technology of his time. In the official investigation that followed, Huang passed a polygraph test when recounting most of his story. However, there was one exception, the part about flying. The results suggested he might have been lying. But why would he lie? Was he hiding the truth about how he was transported? Could he have possessed a secret ability he wasn't allowed to reveal? Or perhaps the two mysterious men forbade him from disclosing how they traveled. Could it really have been a UFO? After all, one of Huang's neighbors claimed to have seen a flying saucer, and it's worth noting that at the time, most people in China had never even heard of UFOs, let alone invented such a story. So, could that witness really have been lying? Do you believe teleportation is real? Were these two men aliens, time travelers, secret operatives? And if they weren't human, what was their purpose? Leave your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to hear about China's other two major UFO incidents, let me know. I'll make a special episode just for that. Thanks for watching A Different Story. See you in the comments and in the next video.